mentioned to you in my previous video about conflict that I would post more videos on conflict because I think one of the biggest challenges in relationships is working through conflict. So here's another video. You know, sometimes people ask me, how do I know if this is the right person for me? And while there are many answers to that question, I truly believe that one of the most important things is being able to work out conflict. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Pam, and today Ava and Ben from the movie The New Life are going to help us learn about conflict. The short background regarding this clip is that Ava and Ben are dating, and when Ben picked her up, he was late and she was annoyed. You can see from Ava's body language here that she is really annoyed that Ben is late. He says, "Sorry, I'm late." She says, "It's fine. I'm hungry. Let's just go." This would be fine as long as she truly was able to let it go. The thing to keep in mind is that you need to decide if you choose to not talk about something, ask yourself if it will leave you feeling resentful. If not, you can let it go. Otherwise, it would be better to say something so resentment does not grow, because resentment's always toxic in a relationship. Ben came to see Ava for the weekend. However, the argument begins when Ben tells Ava that he won't be able to do an event that she hoped that they could go to together. This is what she says.
Are you kidding me? Ben, I thought we had the whole weekend.
I know, we did. This just came at the last minute. One of the guys couldn't do it, and somebody had to cover.
That's fine. It's fine. Since you didn't have any plans with anyone important, I guess it was no big deal for you to cover, right?
Come on, don't be like that.
Oops. This is a perfect example of often drawing inaccurate conclusions based on what we feel. She's understandably disappointed. However, she concludes, based on her disappointment, that she is not important. And he says one of the worst things that will only escalate an argument when he says, "Come on, don't be like that." And you can see here that this upsets her even more. And then he says, which I didn't show you, but he says, "Can you calm down? People can hear us." Again, not words that are going to help de-escalate an argument. Let's watch the argument continue as he drives her home.
Thanks for a really great night.
Yeah, totally worth a 2-hour drive.
Well, I don't know why you came in the first place since you knew you didn't have the whole weekend.
Well, I thought I was coming to see my loving girlfriend, but obviously she's not around.
Oh, no, she's around. Oh, she's just waiting around all the time because that's all she does now.
So Ava sort of continues the argument by using sarcasm. When she says, "Thanks for a really great night," he bites back by letting her know that he drove 2 hours. And then to say that his loving girlfriend is not around is, well, I mean, many things, but it's mean. And it's communicating that it's not okay for her to be upset. And it's always okay for someone to be upset. It's just more important how we handle ourselves when we're upset. But that being said, Ava is not communicating any emotion. She's not said that she's hurt. She's not said that she's disappointed. She's only communicated how she feels through sarcasm. Let's keep watching.
What?
You never come back to see me. I'm always the one that has to drive up here to see you. Half the time when I call you, you're out with your friends and you can't talk anyway, so don't act like a victim sitting around all lonely.
Ben is actually beginning to share some of what he's upset about here, but let's break it down. It's never a good idea to communicate in black and white, using words like never and always, right or wrong, and so on. He is trying to say that he sometimes feels like the drive is a lot, but he ends it with a terrible statement by referring to her as a victim. It's simply an unfair statement and will get him nowhere. It's only going to escalate the argument. Let's keep watching.
Where are you going?
This isn't working, Ben.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you don't care about us like you used to. I don't feel like I'm important to you at all.
I've said in previous videos that it's so important to learn when you're making accusations in a statement, like you don't care like you used to, and I don't feel like I'm important at all. Many people believe that they're saying how they feel when they make these kind of statements, but they're actually just accusations. I feel unloved is an expression of emotion, but that requires vulnerability, and that's really hard to do. And I wouldn't even suggest to do it in the heat of the moment. It's better to try to find a way to de-escalate the argument and then come back to it. You know, it's just an irrational argument that's going on, and if you show vulnerability, you're likely going to get a hurtful response. The best thing that you could do is to say something like, both of us are so hurt and frustrated, so let's set this aside for now and talk about it tomorrow. He defends himself by saying that he works around her schedule to visit, but then he says this.
I don't care about us?
No!
I'm the one who has to build his entire schedule around coming up here for us. Okay, I'm not a lapdog. I can't just come at your beck and call. I have responsibilities, Ava. We're not kids anymore.
Obviously not a good thing to say, and it's another accusation by saying that he's not her lapdog. She defends herself by saying that he is the one who always says he wants to visit, but here is where a statement just derails everything.
Okay, you're right. I'm so sorry. I always expect you to come to me, don't I? But maybe that's because you always tell me that you're coming. So, I don't know, crazy me, I actually believe you. You want to talk about responsibilities, Ben? Relationships are a part of that. They require work.
Yeah.
And she's right, relationships do require work. And I mean, I don't know that it's the best timing to bring it up because she says it in anger and it likely won't be heard. And it can feel like a reprimand. And this is the response that she gets.
Maybe if we're really supposed to be together, I wouldn't have to work so hard at it.
It's a mistake to believe that relationships are not hard work. I can't preface that enough. All relationships are work. I prefer the word investment because work can have a bad feeling to it. But relationships are an investment of our time, personal growth, self-awareness, insight. They can be easier if you invest in this way, and it can be liberating to have the right tools. This is true for anything in life. At our job, we need to have the right tools to be productive and successful, and this is true for relationships as well. And then here's the final blow. It goes to the worst place that it can go.
Sorry you're so tired, then maybe we should just take a break from all this hard work.
Maybe we should.
Fine. Good night.
When you look at both of them, he looks a bit surprised that he said that, and she looks a bit stunned too. The problem is with arguments that include accusations, sarcasm, and hurtful words, they're only going to escalate. Nothing good will come of it. And the thing is, conflict is important in relationships. We have to learn to work things out. So the takeaway here is to learn to express feeling and not in the form of accusations. Sarcasm is never helpful. It can feel like a safe way to communicate, but it will never get you what you want. And that is for your hurt to be heard. But in order for your hurt to be heard, you actually have to learn to communicate your hurt. I'd love to know if Ben and Ava's argument resonated with you. It certainly resonated with me. Have you found yourself in an argument that went down this kind of path? Share it with me. And I would love to know if you found a way to argue or de-escalate an argument that was productive. So thanks so much for watching. Like I always say, please let me know if you want me to do a video on a particular topic. I'd be happy to do so. And please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.